Hey YouTube, this is Sarah. I am here to talk about my 1-year Surgiversary. Woohoo! Today is Wednesday, September 11th, 2013, and I am 1 year post-op. I began this journey in August of 2012 at a high weight of 228 pounds. Had surgery on September 11th, 2012 with a starting surgery weight of 222.4. The last time I actually updated on YouTube was May 21st, and at that time I was 156.1. And since May, I haven't lost a whole lot. I am down to 152.1, so we'll call it 152. I've been bouncing and continuously have for the last 3 months between 151 and 154. So it just depends upon how disciplined I've been, if I've had any alcoholic beverages, things of that nature. But overall, that's 70.3 pounds in 1 year, and if you include from my high weight with my pre-op diet, that's 76 pounds. So I am ecstatic. Couldn't ask for a whole lot more. I still eventually would like to get between 145 and 148, but if that doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It would just be ideal. My BMI is at 23.3, so definitely within the healthy range according to my scale, and I know there's some really high-tech scales out there and some not so much. I've kind of got an in-between, and it says I still have about 39 pounds of body fat, so if I lost another 9-10 pounds, I would still be way within reason of healthy. I am 5'8", so for those folks, I know height makes a big difference. So I am 5'8", 152 pounds, and 36. So a couple of things that have changed for me over the last year besides my weight, obviously my clothes size. So I am now down to anywhere between a 6 and an 8. Most of my stuff is an 8, but I am starting to get about half and half now that I kind of take a look at it. And then my shirts are anywhere between small and medium. My shoes have shrunk about a half a size, and my chest is actually kind of like size B's in D bags, so hopefully those will tighten up a little bit. Overall, not a whole lot of skin issues. I'll do a body shot here in a little bit. The other big thing that's happened for me is I'm not as disciplined in my eating regimen anymore, and I haven't been for a long time. I pretty much eat whatever I want. I'm still between probably 1,100 and 1,500 calories a day. For an average meal, every morning for breakfast, I get up and I have a Trader Joe's spicy chicken sausage and the equivalent of 1 egg beater egg and 8 ounces of light iced mocha, which is like 230 calories and packed with protein. And then for lunch, it just depends. I can eat 2 tacos. If I eat 2 tacos, I'm pretty stuffed though, so generally 1.5 is about good. I can't get through a whole meal like if I were to do tacos and potato lays or something like that, it doesn't work. But 2 tacos, and usually that's not the full tacos. I'm breaking off the crunchy parts of the taco shell. And then for dinner, 2 to 3 ounces of protein and maybe a half a cup of vegetables. I do snack a lot. I need to actually break the habit, and it really is a habit because I never snacked on sweets before, and now I just do. So crackers, chips, things like that. I don't eat them in great quantities, but the fact that I eat them at all compared to not before is just something I need to stop. And then the other thing is that I actually exercise. So if you guys watched my previous video, you heard me say that I was training for a half marathon, and I had my first 20K, which is almost a half marathon, a 21K is half. But I actually ran a 20K on June 20th. So 12.4 miles in 2 hours and 14 minutes, so just under an 11-minute mile average, about 10:50. Still continuing to train. I actually have the official half marathon on the 20th of October, so at this point I can get to about 7 or 8 miles depending on how many carbs I've had and how tired I am without having to stop. And when I started running in January, I couldn't even run a half a mile. And to me, running was at like a 5 on the treadmill. And now I'm anywhere between 6 and 6.5 on the treadmill with an incline of 0 to 2. I used to walk all the time on the treadmill at like a 3.5, 4, but I would have it on an incline of like 10 or 12. So I hate running. That has not changed. I absolutely despise it, but for me now it's all about proving to myself that I can do it. I can do anything I want if I put my mind to it. I don't have the weight on me. I don't have any excuses. So why not? And it's healthy for my heart and everything else. I still do yoga and Zumba. The summers I took off, but now that school started back up, I actually take yoga and Zumba through my church, so those classes are starting back up on Mondays and Wednesdays. And then just getting into a really busy time at work, and I started traveling internationally quite a bit. I am an empty nester now. My youngest has shipped off to the military, so it's been interesting to figure out who I am again after not being an empty nester for almost 21 years. So it's quite interesting. But I've been watching everybody's videos. Folks are doing great. Welcome all the new folks who've had BSG. If you're just coming into it, the first 6 to 8 weeks, they do suck, and the pre-op sucks. The pre-op diet, but it is so worth it, and I would do this 100 times over again. When I first started, I didn't tell anybody what I was doing. You know, I just kind of let the weight drop off, and now I'm like, yeah, I did it, so what? You know, it's just a tool for me to be able to control my intake, and that's what it is. But anyway, I'm going to give you a body shot, and then I will sign out and probably update again in a couple months. So I'm just getting ready to actually go work out, so let's see if I can get this a little bit better. So no, I don't have on anything to suck it in or tuck it in. This is just kind of, I still have a lot of back fat, and I can't figure out how to get rid of that, but it is what it is. My scars 1 year out, you can kind of see there's this one, which is the big incision where they made my stomach come out. This one here, these two are barely noticeable, and then the one right at my belly button. So it's there's still some fat there, definitely, but which is why I say I could stand to lose another 10 to 15, but who's going to complain? My arms have actually rebounded pretty well. I mean, I still have some bye-bye arms, but not to the level that I thought I would. My biggest thing, as unattractive as this is actually right here. So I've been working on trying to get that tightened up. But, you know, 76 pounds and skin and everything else for a 35, 36-year-old woman, it doesn't rebound the way that it used to, and I have no complaints. I still will put on a bikini and go sit on the boat. So hope everybody else is doing well. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will talk to you guys in a couple of months. Thanks, and have a great September.